Hi, everybody. As we have been discussing about the higher order thinking skills and critical thinking skills, today I'm going to discuss about what sort of questions a critical thinker should be asking to arrive at a solution. As we have seen, every problem will have multiple solutions. But when we think in a normal way, we will get blocked somewhere, and sometimes we may feel that there is no solution for a problem. When there are numerous solutions, if we block our mind, that may be because we don't have enough information about the problem or a situation, or we have some bias. Already, we will be having some opinion about the situation, which will hinder us to arrive at a solution. So, to collect more information about the situation, to know everything about a situation, one should be capable of asking good questions. As a critical thinker or a person with higher order thinking skills, should possess this quality of collecting information by asking good questions. So, I'm going to discuss to you about 7 types of questioning skills to improve your critical thinking. So, 7 types of questioning skills to improve critical thinking and higher order thinking. They are hypothetical, reversal, symbolic, analogy, point of view, completion, and analysis. First, let us take the hypothetical questions. Hypothetical questions kindle your brain to look for possibilities and fresh ideas. So you need to develop fresh ideas. That is what is the biggest quality or the most important quality of a critical thinker. So this type of hypothetical questions kindle your brain to look for possibilities. What are the different possibilities? So that is very, very essential. When you block your mind and feel that there is no other possibility, then you will not be able to bring out any creative solution. So looking for possibility, for which you need to ask a hypothetical question and also to kindle fresh ideas. The hypothetical thinking enables an individual to anticipate, predict, and describe the pros and cons. Some examples of hypothetical questions are: what will happen if I remove this? And what will you do if this happens? So this is what is the type of hypothetical questions. What will happen if I remove this? So this gives an idea about the answer will be: what will happen if I remove this? What will happen? Maybe a positive reaction or a negative reaction, but you will get a result of how it will impact, or how will be the result if I do this. And what will you do if this happens? Again, this is also similar question. Suppose there is a rainfall, suppose the roof falls down, or suppose the train derails, or if you lose your purse, lose your identity card, what will happen? So this is a hypothetical question. And then comes the reversal questions. The reversal question or the reversal thinking makes an individual twist the problem in reverse or sideways to understand it. So when you look at from one angle, it will look in a different way, but if you see from the sidewards, it will be different look it will give, and it brings out the alternate possibilities to deal with problems. So this is very, very important. You need to ask such reversal questions so that you will be able to it will make the individual think or twist the problem in reverse or sideways to understand it. And examples are: in what ways we are complicating this problem? This is reversal question. So in what way we are complicating the problem? Why should we not include it? What happens when we don't resolve it? So in what ways we are complicating this problem means we will start thinking what are all the unwanted things we are bringing in when you're resolving this problem, because because of that, it may be complicating, it will be making the problem much more difficult. So that will help you to look at from a different angle, that are we doing the right job, are we collecting information, and are we proceeding it in the right path, then why should we not include it. Another thing is, when we are trying to do something, we are collecting some information and we are going in some direction to resolve that solution situation. But what will happen if I include it? Why not I include it? That means we may be omitting certain things while resolving an issue or a problem. So because of that also, you will not be able to come out or arrive at a solution. So asking a question like, why should not we include it, and what happens when we don't resolve it? So suppose the problem is not resolved, what will happen, what major damage it will cause. So it allows you to think uh, on the end point view. So that is very very important. You are looking at the destination, like how the result is required and how it should look like, and am I traveling in the right path to bring out a solution for this problem, or am I bringing in some unwanted things into my inquiry, or am I omitting certain important things, or if I'm unable to resolve, what will happen? Will it be giving a drastic end, or it will damage somebody's life, or it is going to give a loss to something, a company or an employee? So all these questions are reversal questions which will help you to look into the question or the problem or the situation in a different way. Then comes the symbolic questions. This type is about using multiple formats to understand a solution. Symbolic questions example is, we can use a chemical equation structure to explain what is happening inside a tree. So this helps you to using multiple formats to understand a situation. So you will be thinking like, what will happen, how the problem will generate, or what shape it will take. Then the analogy questions, it is the most common type of questioning. Actually, we compare and correlate here. So analogy is something where we compare the known to unknown. So that is like a very interesting thing which we generally do. So we compare and correlate here. And the type of questions are, what is the physics behind birds flying? So birds are flying, that is a known fact, but we are trying to learn what concept it is using, like how we are comparing with the unknown to known, and what is the connection between the chemical reaction and cooking. So here again an analogy comes into picture. So in the cooking, if you start knowing about the dissolution of salt, or the water evaporation, or if you add something, some change happens, so that is equivalent to the chemical reaction. So when you compare the known to unknown with an example, like these are all the analogy type of questions. Then point of view questions. Here you put yourself in a different shoe and ask questions and answer them. This questioning skill is important in improving critical and higher order thinking. So some example like, how will my boss think, and how will an experienced person handle this? So this puts you into a different shoe. Like, how will my boss think means you are wearing the shoe of your boss, you are acting like a boss, you are thinking like your boss. So that way, this is a his point of view. So that is why we call it as a point of view questions. And how will an experienced person handle this? So you are assuming yourself like an experienced person and thinking how he will handle. So these are all the point of view questions. Then completion questions. So it is like fill in the blanks. So the questions will end this abruptly. We have to use our imagination to close it appropriately. So this is like fill in the blanks questions. As I said, what happens after this stage? So that is a fill in the blank. So we need to fill up the answers, and how did it disappear? So again, there is an answer is not known and you have to find, and you need to fill it up. Then comes the analysis questions. It is like a spider spinning a web. You ask a web of questions instead of raising basic questions, and you go deeper levels and look for patterns and ideas. For example, what are the effects, where it is extending, and what happens there if I do this here. So it is an analysis type of question. So if I do something, what will happen? What will be the impact? What will be the consequences? So this type of question is called as analysis questions, and we have seen 7 type of questions here, which will be very much required for a person, critical thinker, when he is resolving something. They are nothing but the reversal. First, we saw the hypothetical, reversal, symbolic, analogy, and point of view, and then completion, and then analysis questions. So these are all very, very essential for a critical thinker to arrive at a solution. Thank you so much.